All right, live from Brooklyn Podcasting Studio. It's your boy Mike. Stay blessed. It's another episode of the You Good Podcast. This time, we're doing something a little different today. As you can see, my co-host DJ Eon is not here. Before I just want to give a quick little announcement. My apologies to everybody that has been asking, all the baby mothers and all the sneaky links out there. Yes, Eon is not here. We apologize. He did tell me to tell y'all that he will be back, so don't be afraid. He's taking some time. He's taking a little break, getting himself right, becoming a better version of himself. For him, not only for himself, but for everybody. He wants to come back and just dominate. And you know, don't be afraid. The You Good Podcast is not going anywhere. Scared Pod Brother Mike Stay Blessed is still here. J Money's still in the bag, being annoyed by me all the time.
Always.
We have a lot of good things coming up. A lot of announcements that are coming up. We're working on a few partnerships and just a few events that we have. You Goody Awards is still right around the corner. We're still going to do that. Just want to calm everybody's nerves. Thank you for all the texts, all the DMs saying, where's the pod? I appreciate that. Eon appreciates that. Lets us know that we are doing something meaningful, and having everybody that appreciates us and looks forward to hearing us every week lets us feel loved and appreciated and special. So thank y'all. And Eon will be back. Ladies, he specifically told me to tell y'all, don't cry, wipe your eye, because he's going to come back and have you feeling real high in the sky. He did not tell me to tell y'all that, but but he did tell me to tell y'all to make sure that y'all mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual is good, especially the financials. Ooh, make sure your financials is good too. As you can see, we got some merch. Or if you're hearing online, make sure that you go to YouTube and check out this drip. Or you can go to our page and see this nice little beautiful red You Good merch that I'm having right now. It's coming out very soon. More announcements will come on that. But enough about all of that. Today we are joined, and we have a very, very special guest here. Lovely, talented, amazing. I've had the pleasure of knowing this person for about almost 10 years.
For real.
Almost 10 years. Wow. CEO, media giant in the making.
That was hard. Thank you.
In the make. Come on, man. I gotta big up my peoples.
Thank you.
She is the CEO of Chattin with D, up and coming media company. Deanna Harris.
Yes.
How are you?
Good. Thank you, Greedy, for having me. I'm so excited to be on the You Good podcast. Always special vibes when we link up and when the crew links up. So just thank you for having me.
Yes. I feel like you and I we've become cool. So for those of you that don't know, we went to school together. Shout out to Colin. Fuck
Yeah.
Ithaca. Fuck Ithaca. They smoked us last week.
I heard.
But we went to school together, but we weren't necessarily like we didn't hang out every single week, right?
Right.
Like we saw each other, we knew who each other was,
Right.
but we didn't hang out every single week.
Right.
But it wasn't until you started your company,
Mm-hmm.
and I started my company, StayBlessed Worldwide, .com. Make sure you check it out. That I think we connected on an entrepreneur level, right?
Yes.
And we've had like conversations in the past. I've seen you grow. I've seen you start out with your first interview with Tito Nieves.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on, I'm listening. Shout out. And then from there, you've just been growing and growing. We've done so many amazing things. I've seen you at the Pride Parade this past year.
Yes.
You've had amazing interviews. But enough about me. I can I can big you up all day, right? I like to big up my peoples. But give the people a little sense of who you are. Just what you're about. Who is Deanna? Tell the people.
All
please.
right. Well, first, going back to college just a little bit. I think we had more mutual friends, and we would hang out from time to time. And like you said, it came a kind of mutual respect and grounding, which we started our entrepreneurship journey. And we were saying off camera before, this journey is not easy. So
No.
any support from any type of from basically coming from our community is where it needs to begin. So I'll always be here to support you, and I always appreciate the support. So, but yeah, Chattin with D started right when I got out of college. I kind of felt like there was this disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation, especially on social media. So I wanted to create this platform where I'm sharing all positive and uplifting and inspiring content for the youth to go after their dreams. And so I'm going to take you back to like the 1970s of when my grandfather...
70s.
1970s, I know,
Yeah.
random. But my grandfather, Ralph Mercado, was a famous Latin promoter and producer. And so he founded Mark Anthony, La India, Sadia Cruz. So I grew up around a lot of successful entrepreneurs, and I saw, you know, how the game was played and how talent was also dispersed as well from a young age, and what it took to really grow a business, watching my grandfather alongside him throughout the years. And at first it was pretty intimidating, you know, to see all that behind the scenes, but I think that it's kind of like evolved into what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I graduated college, I was like, okay, well, I want to do something that gives back to my community, but I also want to do something where I'm communicating with people and kind of pushing people to go after their dreams. Let alone knowing that I was going to kind of get to my dream as well. So my father, Eddie Harris, he was director producer of the show. And my brother, Devin Harris, he's the music producer of the show. My sister does the hair. She has her own brand called Did by D. And then my mother does all the talent coordination. So she did a lot of PR for my grandfather. So that's how it all kind of came about. One day after college, my mom was like, okay, TDF is going to be in town. Like, let's do this interview. And I was just like, all right, like, I got to get it together, figure it out, put my hair in a bun, and just, actually, Monica was on set with me then as well, which was pretty cool. I had her support there, and we just did the interview, and like, the rest is history.
That's history.
Yeah.
No, I don't, like I said, I'm going to big you up a lot. So for those of y'all, I know y'all heard of Gucci. I know y'all heard of Dapper Dan.
Yes.
For all of my soca lovers out there, I know y'all know Mr. Killer.
Yeah.
You know, run with it. Everybody be in the parties and picking up whatever and running with it. You know, those are just a little bit of the people that you've managed to snag an interview, like, which is really amazing, right? And that right there, a lot of people, it takes people a lot of time or a lot of work to get that, right?
Right.
In moments like that, how does you feel knowing that your work when you started, even started from Tito Neves, right?
Yeah.
He may not be like, he's known, but, you know, like, he's known in his community.
Right.
But, you know, evolving to, you know, more worldwide known figures and things like that. What does that mean for you? How does that make you feel knowing that, you know, you're growing? Right?
Yeah.
And you have, you know, people that are falling in and what's the word that I'm looking for here? You have people that are clinging and that are starting to follow you and started to recognize you, acknowledge you. That's what I was looking for. Acknowledge you, and, you know, like, and things like that. You know, you get one person, another person starts to grow big. How does that make you feel knowing that all of the work that you're doing, like, is paying off?
Yeah, I think that it just, I don't know, it makes me feel like blissful. I feel like it's kind of like corny to say, but it just gives me like this sense of peace and knowing. Because when I first started out of college, I was just like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to figure it out. And then it really developed into something that's becoming my passion and my dream, without me even knowing it. Because at first I was just like, my family's really talented. I want to help them out and get to where they want to be. But then I was like, oh, wait a second, Chattin with D's where you need to be. And this is how I'm going to, you know, kind of evolve it. And with Dapper Dan, quick backstory, he used to create a lot of costumes for the artists for my grandfather. And so he also used to dress my mother back in the day when she used to do PR. They used to go out dancing and having a good time. And so now it kind of came full circle, and it was actually, you know, really nice to be on set with him. It was also a very emotional time for my family, just, you know, seeing things come full circle and, you know, them being out, and now I'm interviewing him and talking about his journey and his long documentary. And then with Grenada and meeting Mr. Killa, we met him. So we went out there 2021 March, kind of in the mix of the pandemic. It was really risky to go out there. And I was just like, listen, I had a family friend who was living out there, and he's like, there's no COVID here. Like, just come, get tested, and you just have to quarantine. So we quarantined, did that whole thing in another country, which was very scary. But again, it was just trusting and having that intuition. We met him on our first night out. He was performing. And I was just like, my sister pointed him out because I wasn't big in the soca industry. I didn't know, but I still liked the genre. So I was getting to know who was in it, whatever. And my sister was like, that's Mr. Killa. I'm like, okay, like, let's see if we can get an interview with him. Took us about a month and a half to kind of reach him, get an interview and stuff. But eventually, the last week we were there, we had a nice conversation telling me all about Soca and Grenada and what the beautiful island has to offer, the culture, and went back again in Carnival and fell in love with the culture. So yeah, it's just trusting my intuition and doing things based off of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I love that, right? Not only one, following your gut, and a lot of things, you know, you, me, anybody out there that is really grinding and fighting and pushing, you know, ultimately just believing in their craft, right? Those wins is always it's always going to be emotional. I know when I first had a fashion show, like my first fashion show or my first pop-up shop, or my first order from a stranger, or the first person that comes up to me that doesn't know me and that's a fan, right?
Right, exactly.
Like when they start to notice, it's little things like that. Not even little, those are big to me, right? But it's moments like that that make me feel, you know, good inside, right? Going back to chatting with D, we never left. If there was one thing, right? What is one thing that you want people to walk away with every time they listen to an episode or they watch an episode?
That's a great question. What I try to show is the trials and tribulations of what it takes to become successful. So when people come and they tell their stories of like their 20-year journey within the industry, 5-year, 10-year, I want them to come away with, okay, this is not all the glitz and the glam that I see at the forefront. It really takes hard work and dedication to live out your dreams. And it takes sacrifice, and it takes consistency, and it takes hard work to get to where, you know, you want to be. And it might not be, you know, 5 years out, 10 years out, might even be 20 years out that you finally hit that point. But when you hit that point, you know, it's going to be bigger than you ever imagined. So my main thing is that, you know, dreams are possible, especially within our community where we have been given limited resources to be able to attain, you know, our dreams as well. And just using the resources around us now on the internet to attain those dreams, that's my main thing, that you can make anything possible. Doesn't matter where you come from.
One thing I do see about you, you're very passionate and very driven, and I could tell you love what you do, right? This is what it appears, right? Because everything, you know, people say, Mike, you really you love what you do, right?
Yes.
I do love what I do. I don't love everything about it. There is always going to be the, you know, the long nights, the sleepless nights, the quote unquote lessons. I don't like to call them failures. I like to call them lessons.
Yes.
Always going to be lessons. So sometimes it's going to be those things that make you question, is this worth continuing, right?
Yes.
So what fuels your passion, right? Or if I'm, you know, let's say I'm an entrepreneur and I need some type of boost, what fuels your passion? What keeps you going?
I would probably say God, and having my grounding and foundation in that. And listening to my intuition and looking out for the signs and the confirmations about what is needed in the next steps. And so what I like to do is like a lot of yoga and meditation to be able to tap into that. And this has also been like a very recent journey as well. Like right after college, everything has just like hit my mind. And so that's what probably keeps me going, and my family, and now people who are, you know, noticing my work when they're like, I'm inspired by what you're doing and I want to start this. And you know, even after the party, I've had a couple friends being like, let's do a podcast. Like, I want to start my own business. And that's what keeps me going. It's like, if I could inspire one person through all the other stories that I'm telling, then that's what keeps me going.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that a lot. I know sometimes it's tough. I'm still personally trying to find something that can consistently fuel my passion, right? Like every time I feel like I need to take a break or, you know, feeling discouraged, because we're human beings at the end of the day. We all go through. See what happened, J-Money? I'm about to burp again. Something about talk. Every time I'm on this podcast, I burp. Every time.
That's okay. Maybe it's the wine.
But I could be drinking water. I could be drinking nothing at all, and I'm gonna burp every time. Sorry, man. You missed me. Don't front like you did it. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, I'm always trying to find things that keep me going.
Right.
And it's tough. It's tough. I'm pretty sure everybody out there who's listening can agree that is in the entrepreneur business. It's tough, right? One thing that I don't want to say this wrong because people are going to listen and it's going to come off wrong. But one thing I really, really appreciate and am very envious of, and I say this one more time, I don't mean this, but your family.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right? I, just from seeing you post, I went to an event for your brother a couple months ago.
Yes.
You were there, your sister was there, mom and pops were there supporting. And then I went to your event, which we're going to get into later.
Yes.
And they were there, you know, your moms and your pops is, you know, loudest in the room when it comes to appreciating you. Your sister's right there, your brother's right there. He performed. One of his songs was really, really good. I didn't know what song it was. I tried to Spotify, I got Shazam, I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even tell you what song it was, but I just know the beat was good and he had some lyrics. I was like, okay, this song is good, but I forgot to get his information afterwards.
Yeah, I'll definitely share that with you.
All right,
definitely.
Cool. But back to family, right? I need you to speak about the fam. That's your foundation, right?
Yes.
And anybody that knows you or have been around you, I don't be around that much, but I can see that you are a very close-knit group of people. And they're gonna ride for you and you're gonna ride for them. And anything you need, you know, they're gonna get you, and anything they need, you got their back, right? Speak to that foundation, right?
Yeah.
Right? Just speak to the foundation and just, you know, how important is that for you?
Yeah.
To keep going.
I mean, they're my foundation. Like, so anything that I do in terms of like creativity or moving on to the next level and the next chapter, like I go to them to figure out what's like the best step moving forward, especially for my family being in production for years on end. And what I feel like is so important, like, and as I've like traveled throughout the world, I've realized how, you know, blessed I am in that aspect, but how also you can also create your own family and foundation from the people that you meet from around the world as well. It just kind of goes back to like who's going to be in your circle and who's going to, you know, like ride for you. And any event, we have our family group chat where we're always going back and forth. Like, hey, we have an event this weekend. Like, who's going to pick me up to go to this and that? And how are we going to support each other? So like, that's always number one on our list to make sure that we're front and center. Just so that, you know, we're always there. Even if we're like FaceTime. I think my brother had a concert in New York not too long ago, and I was in LA, and we were like FaceTime each other trying to like, you know, be there. And I think it's just so important because it gives everybody that confidence to keep going. And, you know, we're always going to support each other no matter what.
Of course.
Actually, fun fact, right before the 5-year anniversary party, we had a flat tire going to the event.
Oh.
Yes. And I was like, not today, Satan. Like, so we packed everything up into my sister's car, got my family down into an Uber, and like we just made it happen. And so I think it's just like, you know, knowing that like I have that foundation and just to continue to make that happen. Yeah, that's I feel like it's just important. It's very important.
Shout out to the Harrison, man. Shout out to y'all. I just love seeing it, right?
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Brothers, I love you, okay? I don't want them to feel like, you know, oh, what about us?
No, of course.
They always support. And my parents always support me too, right?
Yeah.
But I think what y'all do is just, and each one of y'all have your own, you know, business or whatever, your own path that y'all want to go into,
right?
Which is different, right? Your sister does hair, your brother's an artist,
right?
And you know, just seeing your parents there, like every single. And I'm pretty sure if y'all had 3 events in one day,
make it happen,
they would find a way to go. They would like chop themselves in half, and like, have both of them, you know, in 3s, and have each other at all 3 parts. And I genuinely love that. Hold on, let me just see. If there's one thing that your parents taught you, right? What would be the most important thing that you think right now in this journey where you're at currently that they taught you?
I think in general in life, there's always taught me not to judge anybody and always to be very open and to see other people's sides and perspective, because you never know what anybody else is going through. So I've always looked at life that way, and to not really have any regrets, have no shame, be 100% your truest self. You know, life happened, things come along, and you know, shit happens. Excuse me, can we curse on here? Shit happens. Okay, shit happens. But
Don't be afraid. I be having to turn it down sometimes.
Really? But yeah, they've always just, you know, taught me to never judge and just be my most authentic self. So I always try to strive for that.
Sorry, how rude of me.
No, not at all. Let's drink up.
I was feeling a little parched. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So chatting with D, Yeah, I just recently celebrated y'all 5-year anniversary.
Yes.
Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up.
Years.
I don't have any sound effects here, y'all. This is a new setup.
Dun dun dun. Oh wait, no, that's too dark. All right.
No. It's not. No, this is a monumental occasion. This is a good thing. We're celebrating here. Yeah, so I don't have any sound effects here. Maybe next time, or maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what y'all think. Y'all tell me if y'all like this new setup. I like it. I like this. I like this.
It's always good to do something new and different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coming back new. But it's the crazy thing. People are gonna see me sitting here and think that I'm by myself now, right? Right? Which I am. Fuck, I'm joking.
Oh no.
I'm joking. What we at? Oh yeah. So you just recently celebrated your 5-year anniversary. First of all, congratulations.
Yes.
Anytime. One more time. Clown sound effect. Shout out to J Money on the sound effects. All right, that's enough, J Money. So anytime you celebrate a 5-year anniversary or anything, right? Mm-hmm. Like business, sobriety, like even people in prison celebrate 5-year anniversaries.
Yeah.
I've been here 5 years, man. I can't believe. Shout out to Cell Block D holding it down. You feel me? But
okay. Yeah.
You just celebrated your 5-year anniversary. Mm-hmm. How does that feel? Just cliche question. How does that feel?
Amazing, period. and cliche answer. But it's been a crazy journey to get to this point. And at first I was just kind of like, I'm telling these stories, these entrepreneurs of, how they go through their trials and tribulations. And that's still the base of the show. But I also want to show like the different cultural events that are happening throughout the world. When we do the Pride Parade, or we do the Puerto Rican Day Parade, or we do the Halloween Parade, and then highlighting Fashion Week, and then now traveling to other countries and highlighting their culture and getting myself fully immersed within the culture and talking to people about what it's really like to be, in their country and what they have to provide. And so it's grown to my wildest dreams, and it's just been based off like following my intuition, regardless of what other people have to say, because there's been, fights behind the scenes, nothing crazy, but just like making sure that like we're staying on the right track and making sure that like, it's being perceived the best way possible. But in order to make sure that you're getting your message across, sometimes things do have to be kind of out of the norm or sometimes controversial as well. So it's been an amazing journey, and now it's like getting to the next level of like, having LLC, expanding to like Miami and LA, and like that's like the dream. Visiting other countries, hiring full-time employees, so it's just like the next level of things, and making sure that I'm well equipped with the team to be able to do that. Because as my brother grows within his career, and my sister and my mother and father, they're getting older and stuff. So it's just making sure that I'm well equipped to get to that next level. And a really big, I don't know if you met him at the event, but my manager, Chris Flight, he's out in LA. You might have met him very briefly. He was helping me co-host the event. So he, at the 5-year anniversary party. Okay. So he's been helping me and guide me, in direction of entrepreneurship and giving me advice on where to take things and how to make things more official on the next level. So big shout out to him, because he's been a great help as well. So
shout out to Chris. I'm trying to remember if I saw him.
Possibly. It was so much help. Yes. It was a lot happening, but
that was the first time I ever had a jalapeno in my drink in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
It was good though. That was a hit.
Was it really?
Yeah, everyone kept going for the spicy, like spicy pineapple margarita or something.
So here's the thing, right? So first time I had that drink, I was like, I tried not to like show if I don't like anything, especially in front of the person that made it.
Yeah. So,
Sosa, she gave me a drink. She gave me that drink because she had gotten it, and I tasted it. And I was like, I just like swallowed a train door. Like,
oh, no.
Just like, no, because it was new to me.
Right.
It was really new. I never had a jalapeno in my drink before.
That's so funny.
Actually, no, I lied. Somebody tried to give me a Bloody Mary once, and I just spit that out.
Oh, I don't like Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
So understandable.
Yeah, that's a white people drink. I'm sorry. It's just a pure white people drink.
Sorry, people.
But yeah, anyway, that was the first time I ever had it. but after I kept drinking it, it wasn't bad. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible.
Right.
It wasn't horrible, and I just didn't.
It was
feel
just
like going.
acquired taste.
Yeah,
But it was like a hit. Like a lot of people kept going, unless it was the pineapple drink.
that
I
red
don't know.
drink, the grapefruit one, was really good.
Yeah, I didn't even try that one. I need to try that.
That one was really good. That one had me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a few of those, man.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad.
Man. And then I gave out Henny shots. Any party that has a Henny shot.
I was like, I have to have a Henny shot.
Anybody that has a Henny shot. I didn't even give us the option to Casamigos. Y'all know how much I love my Henny.
Yeah.
I see these big trays of just big ass cups of big ass shot glasses. I said, oh yeah, this is the best event I've been to all year.
Yes. Henny always tops it off.
Oh, of course. And somebody didn't want their drink. And they're like, oh Mike, you want my shot?
Yeah, say
God.
less.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it was good. The drinks were good. That's what I'm glad you enjoyed.
Look what got me excited. Drinks. Yo, what's up with me, son?
Yeah.
Nah, okay. So back to chat with D. In this 5 years, we talked about, something that your parents taught you, but
Yeah.
you yourself, right? What would you say would be the most significant lesson that you've learned in this 5-year journey?
That's a good one.
That's a deep one, right?
Oh my
Come
God, I
on,
didn't
man.
think about that one.
Took my time with these questions.
Yes, and they're good. I looked over, I'm like, oh wait, let me. Honestly, just staying true to myself. Staying true to myself, because in this industry, there's a good side and there's a bad side. And it's like you have to be able to use your discernment to figure out which direction you're going to go in and what you're going to allow your morals and your values to kind of line up with, and remembering what your morals and values are, no matter how big the check might be or not, or, the assignment or project or whatever. So I think just making sure that I'm true to myself and grounding myself in that energy. And then if I slip up from time to time, that's okay, because I'm human and we make mistakes and lessons learned. But I think that just staying true to myself, remembering what Chattin with D is about and why I created it, and just kind of keeping that at the forefront of my mind.
I think mistakes are like fertilizer.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mistakes are definitely like fertilizer. You can't grow without them.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's things that you have to learn. And nobody's perfect. Everybody's gonna try something.
Yeah.
That's is gonna be a lesson, not a
Yeah.
failure. But you have to make mistakes.
Right.
You have to learn. You have to know what works, what doesn't work, and as long as you can say you tried something,
Right.
there's no shame in having to go back to the drawing board and start again, try something new, and then you're gonna only benefit from it.
Exactly.
Only be better from it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Like I said, there was a question I had to ask. You talked about like good sides and bad sides of your industry. Could you do you feel like you've experienced the bad side yet? In your up and coming journey?
I don't feel like I've experienced the bad side, but I've like been at different like parties and situations where I was like, oh, it's time to leave. Like my dad's always said, like, know when to leave the party or know when to leave a situation that's not working for you. So I don't think that I've ever been like, anything crazy, but just, it's time to leave the party.
Oh yeah, I've failed to leave parties all the time, many times.
It happens.
Many times. Yeah, that's,
man. But
still never learned my lesson, so some badass fertilizer. But
hey, live and you learn. That's what we're here for.
One day I'm gonna learn.
Right.
One day I'm gonna learn. One day I will learn.
Yeah. But back to mistakes really quick, because I always feel like I was somebody who, I guess maybe it's like the Virgo trait in me, but I can be very like detail oriented and like perfectionist. So like when I would make a mistake, I would be so hard on myself. So I feel like also throughout this journey is just like letting myself make that mistake.
Okay.
Breathing and making, it's done, it's okay, we're moving forward. Focusing on that. So
Dope. I mean, yeah, man. We're always gonna have mistakes.
Yeah.
Question: do you have any regrets?
No. I don't live by regrets. And I gave myself actually that vow right before I went to college.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, what is the point of living in regret? But I guess regret kind of line up with mistake now, right? No.
I wouldn't.
No,
go
it wouldn't.
that far.
It wouldn't go.
I wouldn't go that
no.
far.
But no, I don't really live in mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. That's what I believe in. It's for our soul's evolution to grow. So I don't really believe in like regrets and stuff. So no regrets.
Yeah. I used to live in regret constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it's hard.
Anybody else who I find people that focus on things that they could have done better
Right.
really hinder themselves.
Right.
Because if you're so focused on what could have been, you're failing to realize what could be.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, I've learned to do away with regretting
Mm-hmm.
because ultimately, unless it's something that I feel like me genuinely I didn't want to do or I did because of some other force, if that even makes sense. I'm at a point in my life where everything that I do is something that I want to do. I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I can't regret something that I wanted to do.
Right.
Right. I can learn from it, but I can't regret it because I tried it. And I would regret if I didn't do it. You know?
Right. It goes either way.
So I want to be able to just, you know, focus on you know, as long as I can say I tried it and I can learn from it, I'm good. And I'm happy. You know,
that's
just
a good point.
In this 5-year journey, right? Just 2022 Deanna gets a chance to sit down with 2017 Deanna. Fresh out of school, about to start chatting with D, thinking about it. What is one thing you would tell
her? Keep going, girl. You got this.
Do you feel like she would understand what that means?
I feel like she would stress out and be like, what do you mean? But throughout this process, I've been also learning to trust the process, which comes from trusting God, you know, the higher figure, whoever, you know, whatever, you know, you believe in, trusting the universe. And that has come through meditation, yoga, grounding myself. So it's just like trusting the process and knowing that the universe has your back. So like recently what I've been doing when I wake up in the morning is like, universe, like show me how good it can get. Because anything you put out there, good or bad, is going to come back to you tenfold. So I've been trying to practice like just like positive vibes, good energy. But Deanna 17 would have been a bit worried. I still have my worried moments, but it's getting better. But yeah.
It's crazy, right? Because, you know, you put yourself in the mindset of what would 2017 Deanna.
Right.
Like, what are they doing right now? It's November, whatever. What are they doing at this point in time? Where are they at? Are they home? Are they at a party? Like you don't know, right? So it's like you want to be able to dial back into that mindset that you had 5 years ago,
right?
And be able to say, "Hey, Mike. Hey, Deanna. You know, go to the gym." That's what I would tell myself. Yo, stay in the gym, bro. Amongst other things.
Yeah. No. Yeah. For sure.
But yeah. So a couple I'm gonna wrap this up with like a couple more cliche questions, right? So once again, let's say not the last time, but congratulations on 5 year, right? What do you see Chatting with D being at the 10-year anniversary?
That's a great question. And I'm in the midst of kind of figuring that out for like the next couple of years. We could only plan but so far because the world is crazy. But
you never know.
You never know.
Pandemic shut the world down.
For real, like, you know, you have to pivot and stuff. But I think just continuing to do exactly what I'm doing now is just helping to spread that light, that positivity, but on a larger scale. You know, hopefully having a couple more countries under my belt, a couple more good interviews with a larger platform. And just continue to spread that message and growing the team. Very generalized, but that's just what I'm looking at right now and keeping that core message of keeping that inspiration going. So,
okay. Is there one thing not generalized that you say, or maybe you haven't thought about it, and that's totally fine as well, right? But is there just one thing specific to Deanna that you want to see happen in like the next 5 years? And if you don't have one, that's totally fine. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like everyone says this, but I would love to interview Beyonce or like Michelle Obama. Okay. Those are like my top two, or Oprah. That would be amazing. So we're going to manifest that.
Yes, you will. You will.
But I think those would be like the top of the top for me. And then, you know, just continuing to give other opportunities out as well. Other opportunities come towards my way, I always want to share, you know, what I have with my community and the people that surround me. So just continuing that.
Right after you interview them, just ask them if they have like Drake's number.
All right.
Just send that over to me.
Right. Okay. That sounds good.
Oh, that's my dream podcast.
So we're manifesting.
I'm
guys.
I'm definitely manifesting. I'm renting. I'm closing this whole building out.
Oh yeah, period.
Yeah.
You have to.
It's just gonna be me, J Money, Eon if he's off of his sabbatical.
I'm sure in 5 years he will.
Nah, yes, I miss Eon, man. I miss my guy. Man. But yeah, man, Drake's sitting right here or at the round table, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I think having dreams and having
Right.
I like to call them current dreams, right? Because let's say in the next year, God says, "Hey, Mike, I'm gonna send Drake your way. He's gonna come and sit with you, right?" Then, what is my dream after that, right? So
that's a good,
So like your current dream is to interview Beyonce, Michelle Obama, Oprah.
Yeah.
You're a big Baby fan, right, too, Rick?
Oh my God, I love Rihanna. Yes.
Yeah,
Did you see her fashion show?
I did.
Amazing.
I did.
She always kills it.
I
Her in
did.
Paris.
I did. I mean, I skimmed it. I'm not gonna act like I watched the whole thing.
That's okay. That's okay. It is a lot. But it's good. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I have any. Oh yeah. Kickstarter.
Yes. Kickstarter.
I
Yes.
want to give you. Oh, you did say you wanted to talk about it.
Yes.
So please give the people an idea of what Kickstarter is and how does it correlate with Chattin with D.
Yes. So at the party, we launched our Kickstarter, which will be being crowdfunded for the next 60 days.
Okay.
So for 60 days, we're trying to raise $20,000 for the next chapter of Chattin with D.
All right.
So $5, $10, $15, $20, anything helps. But then once you get to the $50 mark, then you get rewards. So the $50 mark is, in return, you'll be able to have access to the next season in terms of like behind the scenes photos, pictures, email lists, and then also a Chattin with D mug. Like I always have my mug that I'm sipping from. So that will be allocated out to people who donate $50. Then you go to $250, you go $100, then you'll get credit recognition at the end of our videos, along with everything else that I stated before.
Okay.
Then it goes to $250, and then you'll get like a Chattin with D swag bag, which is like a t-shirt, a hat, mug. So we're kind of like dipping into merch a bit.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Heard it here first, y'all.
Exactly. Heard it here first.
Chattin with D swag. You know what I mean? I need one of those.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I got you. And then we're adding a bracket for $1,000, which you'll get everything else. What I just mentioned before, also be able to come on set for one of our interviews that we have with different interviewees. $2,500 is a feature sponsor. So you'll be able to have everything else before and then also get highlighted on an interview social media page that's like over 1 million or more. Then the last is a title sponsor for $5,000. And then that's everything else that I mentioned before, plus featured on a social media page of 10 million or more.
Okay, cool.
So, and it tells my story of everything that we've gone through the past 5 years. And like, we've kind of shut down production so that we can raise money for the next chapter and continue to produce, this content we've been producing. And yeah, I've put like my blood, sweat, and tears into this. So I'm tapped out and I need a little help, to keep going. But yeah, that's what the whole Kickstarter is.
I feel you there, man.
Yeah. And I encourage all creatives to do it as well. You can set your limit, and the thing is using your community to help you raise that money. It's possible, but the only thing with Kickstarter, it's all or nothing. So if I don't hit that mark, I don't get it.
Really?
It's one of those. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Listen, if you're an entrepreneur and you wanna go all or nothing, and you really truly believe in yourself, Kickstarter is definitely the way to go.
Yes.
I always tell people that I'm like one bad decision away from selling feet pics. So, listen.
That's another way.
Listen, man, I will not make no money in that. I just want to let you know.
You never know. I don't know. People got some.
Not even the best pedicures.
Oh, no.
It's not bad, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like people wouldn't support that. J Money, no?
I ain't supporting that. I ain't supporting that at all. That was a wild statement. I was looking down at my phone and then just heard what I heard, and I was like, nah.
Listen, man, you gotta try new things, man. You gotta try new things. And Kickstarter, that's her believing herself. Me going to my peoples down the block. Hey, can you hook it up with the feet, the dough? Get the clear gel, make it look nice and shiny. Get
Right.
nice little, come on, man.
Donate $1, $5.
Exactly. You got a nice camera. I feel like,
Oh, no, this is not a J Money production.
I feel you got a nice camera. We can take
Well, actually, how much are we talking?
Come on, man. Yeah.
How much money we talking?
If I make 20 bands,
Okay.
I can give you a good 5, just off the feats. You just have to believe in the vision.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
That's a crazy vision.
yeah, it is.
if you start taking pictures and you and we don't make it, then it's like you just took pictures of my feet for nothing. But if you make 20 bands, you got to invest in me, in my feet.
Is there another question?
Right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's funny.
I go off track.
It's funny.
Well, yeah. So now we got a chance to meet Deanna, the entrepreneur,
Yes. Thank you for
the
having
CEO.
me.
Oh, we still got a couple more minutes.
Okay,
Still got a
good.
couple more minutes. I have some questions to ask.
Yeah.
So what is Deanna outside of chatting with D? Who is Deanna outside of chatting with D? And I need to ask this question because, like I said, we've gotten cooler over the past couple years. But there's still I feel like I don't we haven't gone out, we haven't
Yeah.
gotten some drinks, so what does
need to do
Deanna
that.
do? Huh?
We need to do dinner and drinks.
Of course, yeah. That's definitely call gang together, make
Yeah.
it happen, go out for a night in the town.
Yeah, now that everybody's outside again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never know. We never know where it'll end. You never know where it'll end. It gets bad fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, who is Deanna outside of chatting with you?
That's a great question because it's been the core of who I've been for this past 5 years, and it's who I am, mixing. That was actually another decision that I made last year. I deactivated my Deanna Harris Instagram, and then I went strictly chatting with D, so I kind of combined the two. And I think outside of chatting with D, Deanna's more I don't know, goofy, but kind of reserved, but also very opinionated, but also very open, passionate, can be shy sometimes, but strong. A woman who knows what she wants and where she's going. What else? Yeah, I think those are the top 5.
Yes.
Outside of chatting with D, I work full time at the Associated Press doing photo licensing. So that is my other job on top of everything else. So then also, and that's been really cool to work there. I've been there for a couple years. And then doing a bunch of other different projects with modeling or working behind the scenes on fashion production. So my hands are just everywhere.
Yeah.
And just, making those connections. And what I really love to do is travel as well. So being able to integrate that with chatting with D has been really cool.
Okay. Next country on your list after Grenada?
I would love to go back to the motherland, to Africa.
Come to our wedding, man.
What?
Come to our wedding.
I'm getting an invite.
Yeah, why not? Pull up.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We're getting married next year, so if you
I
want to
know.
go, you have to make it happen fast.
I know. I'm wait.
Okay, if you don't come, that's totally fine.
I know.
Right? But it's just I personally in this whole wedding thing, I didn't think a lot of people would want to come to Africa.
Oh my God, of course.
But we have a lot of people that are pulling up. And so,
That's amazing. That's a blessing. How many do you have out there?
oh gosh, we're gonna have about 40 people coming.
Oh, wow.
40 people.
That's amazing. God bless. And it's
No,
where
it's
in
not.
Africa?
Nigeria.
Okay, that's what I thought. I think you told me that.
Yeah, shout out to my people out there.
That's gonna be lit. That's gonna be lit. Yeah. So that will be the next trip, hopefully. Or I would love to go to Asia. I went to Japan when I was younger, so I would love to go back there. Japan's really cool. Where else I would like to go? I've actually never been to Europe.
Really?
Never.
Me either. I just asked
I know.
I gave you the fake. Really?
I know.
How could you not?
Really? But I would love to visit there. I heard Portugal is really cool. But yeah, all over. I would love to go over.
It's funny. I want to Africa was always on my list. This is gonna be my first time going to Africa, and I'm getting married. So
Yes.
crazy, right? Coming to Nigeria is coming very soon. What else? Europe is also a very interesting place that I would love to go.
Yeah.
Specifically Spain. I don't know what it is about Spain. I just want to go to Spain. I want to go to Spain. And my mind works weird.
Yeah.
I want people to look at me and assume I don't speak Spanish. Spain could get a little, little racial out there. I just want to go there, see some people, see how they think. See what they think of me, just look like this big, black, scary guy.
You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. It's one of my favorite places I've ever been.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
But I just mainly just want to go shut people up. Oh, negro. Speak Spanish?
Yeah.
man.
You surprised
Yeah,
me with
man.
that.
Nah, it's, oh, yo, I never forget it happened in Mexico. It was like, oh, negro. Oh, my God. Wait.
Excuse me.
I thought this was a happy moment. You just stopped it with racism. But,
That's hilarious. I love when you throw people off like that. Because I can understand Spanish fluently, but I like struggle sometimes to speak it. But if I needed to get somewhere and do something, then I could figure it out.
yeah, you're Puerto Rican, Dominican, and African American.
Yes.
See how I said that?
Yeah.
See how I said that in there, right?
Perfect.
Ooh, come on, man. Always gotta find a way.
So yeah.
Last question, and this question is strictly I asked a few people. No, I was telling a few people. You know, a few people just want to know: is there currently somebody in Deanna's life? And we can cut this out if you want me to.
No, it's good. There isn't for like one of the first times in my life, and I'm really content and happy with it.
Fellas,
I'm focusing on myself. I am open to dating. I
Okay.
definitely am open to dating, but I'm just at this point in my life. I'm like, things are really happening in my career, and I'm focused. So
biggest red flag, so that I know people listening that if they have it, they already know to just stop it.
Making me pay half on a date.
Ooh. And she's not just talking about broke people, just making her pay half.
I'm traditional, so
Yes,
you know, I
court
like
her.
to be courted, but you know,
Be a gentleman.
exactly.
Yes.
That's how I like pull out my chair for me, pick me up, open up my door. You know what I'm
She
saying?
wants a gentleman, man. I almost took off my blazer and put it in the rain the other day. Then I realized how much I paid for that blazer. Why was that ever a thing? But that's another. Taking off, you know how people used to like take off their blazers and like put it on puddles so like women could walk over?
No, I never knew that.
It's like, it used to be like an old tradition like,
Really?
back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Let's bring that back.
Have you seen the price of a blazer?
I know.
Yo, like my blazer
Let's bring it back.
my blazer is pricey. You feel me?
On New York City streets?
I know.
She's just gonna walk on it with her heels? Nah, man, we
You'll be a gentleman.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, if I had a napkin in my hand, I'll probably put it on the floor. You know, we can do that. My blazer? It's polo. It's on the floor.
Hell.
Yeah. But
Yeah, dating's different nowadays. I would say that for sure.
I heard there's like a weird market out here.
Yeah, it's weird. But I have faith that God will send me the right man in the right time. So I'm not really stressed.
Listen, and
Yeah.
one thing I always, one piece of advice I give everybody, don't look for it.
Yes.
Don't
that
look
part.
for it. Let it come.
Yeah.
The most natural relationships always
Yeah.
last the longest.
Yeah.
And you're gonna know it's more natural when you try to fight it and it's still
And it's still
happening.
yeah.
Right? So
Love that.
don't fight it.
Yeah.
It's gonna come to you.
Yeah.
It's
One
gonna be
day.
a fella that is gonna he or
Yeah.
she, no.
Yeah.
Gotta match the energy. Right?
Yes.
Gotta match the ambition, gotta match the drive, gotta support you. You gonna support him.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
you guys just gonna build the dynasty together.
Yes. Power couple.
Of course. Love to hear it. Love to see
Yeah.
it. He gonna come to the 10th anniversary.
Yes. There we go.
I'm like, yo. we
Said it
spoke-
here first.
we spoke about you 5 years ago, dog.
Right.
I
We
knew
didn't know
he
who
was
you
gonna-
were, but
I knew he was gonna be here. I didn't know it was you, but I knew he
Right.
was gonna be here, you know?
yeah. I
Right.
mean, even you and Sosa, you guys are like a fairy tale, you know? Like
Oh yeah. And it's funny
from
because
college and everything.
oh yeah, she
You
tried.
guys
to
were the couple. Like,
That's my baby, man.
yeah.
My baby that
Aw.
she did not want me at all. She couldn't fight it.
That's usually how it is.
Come on, man. Every time she tried to let me go, push me away,
Yeah.
couldn't happen, man. She's like,
Aw.
oh my gosh, who is this ugly guy,
Oh,
this
stop.
big head, and he just fall in love with him each and every day. Now look, she got a big ass rock on her finger. About to get married in a month.
month.
Love you,
Period.
baby. She hate
Aw.
me,
That's good. I'm happy for you guys.
but nah, man. But fellas, you did hear it first. You know, exclusive. She is single. If you're gonna come correct. Don't be a cliche guy, sliding DMs. Hey, beautiful, how you doing? No. She
Yeah.
don't like that.
Don't ask me what I'm doing. Just say I have plans. And that's
Exactly.
it.
Be a gentleman, dogs. Come on, man.
But,
Put a reservation. I got a bunch of restaurants if you need them.
there we go. Hit him, Guidi.
Let me stop, man. Well,
Yeah.
Deanna, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
this
very
has been
much
a
for coming.
pleasure. This has been a
Yes,
pleasure.
I hope you had a great time.
Yes, I did.
Certainly
Thank
a pleasure
you.
having you. This is definitely not
Yeah.
the last
Oh no,
that
not
the
at
You
all.
Good podcast is going to see of you.
Yes. The first
Eon
of
will be
many.
back next time.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to
He
seeing
will
him.
definitely make make sure that he's back next time.
Yeah.
And next time I just want to hear about the next latest amazing accomplishment that you have done. Can't wait. We're going to be shouting you out. We're going to be watching and supporting in any way that we possibly can. J Money's a fan, you know. He loves Gucci.
Absolutely. Well, I don't. Yeah, absolutely. I had to think about that for a second.
All right.
Awesome.
Also, so if you're watching this now, we also have a Chattin with D and the Stay Blessed collab dropping next week, November 25th. So if you're watching this now, stay tuned on both of our Instagrams. We're going to be posting directions on how to sign up, for the raffle. And we're giving away a Stay Blessed care package. Were you including your mug in that? Or
Yes.
A Chattin with D mug. I think she's probably going to give some other merch. I'm not sure, but I know I have a Stay Blessed care package.
It's going to be good to go. It's going to be fire. But
make
make sure you watch the podcast.
Yes, make sure you watch this podcast. You won't be able to win if you don't watch it, right?
Right.
You have to actually pay attention, and we're gonna give you directions.
It's gonna be lit.
Yes, stay on the look for that. Oh, stay on the lookout for that. All right, damn, that's wild right now.
And I was like, burping over here a little bit. I was like, oh, excuse me.
See, come on, it's not just me.
Yeah.
What else? Also, personally, Blessed Friday is coming up. You know how it goes. Black Friday, Blessed Friday. I got a few new things that I'm unleashing. Stay tuned for the announcement. Most of them is probably gonna be colorways. So new colorways. I am unleashing a new. I'll save that for the announcement. But just know it is fire. No cap. That was a clue right there. But y'all don't even know.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm dropping some new stuff very soon.
Very cool.
I was actually supposed to give you a tank top for your mom's.
Oh yes, she's been asking about it.
I sent it to y'all twice and it came back.
Did you really?
I did. The first time I texted to you, I was like, I think USPS, there was something wrong. But it's got
Maybe
to
the address was wrong?
No, it got to you the first time.
Really?
It got to you the first time the next day. But I sent it to you once, it came back, and I sent it twice, and it came back. So I was gonna just give it to you to give to her. And then I was on my way here because I was running a little late.
Yeah.
So
that's all right. Next time.
I'm gonna mail it out. I'm actually going to mail it out this week. And I saw your mom's too. Shout out to Mama.
Yeah.
I saw her and she was
Did
like,
she ask about it?
Yeah. Because I asked her if she got it, and she's like, I'm still waiting for the size up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure that she gets it.
Yes. No, thank you for that.
I'll probably throw something else on there just for her.
Appreciate that.
Just because I felt bad.
Yeah. She's looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
With care package coming up. Also, You Good merch is coming up. It's You Good on the back. People love it so far, so can't wait to drop that and take more of your money. There's a lot of things coming, man. Like I said, the You Good podcast is not dying anytime soon. Eon, I miss you, bro. Get well, come back, free my guy. Until then, what is this? He always says, make sure that your financial, your mental, whatever Eon says, man. I'll let him do it. I'm gonna put a video of Eon just saying it right here, and then just take us out. But until then, Deanna, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. This has been amazing.
Scary Prop Brother, stay blessed.
Cool.